What happened in the Galwan Valley through the brutal but cowardly attack by the Chinese on our Indian soldiers has truly boiled the blood of every Indian, and I am definitely one of them. There has been a nationwide outrage and demand for boycott of Chinese goods, and many are doing it through many angles. But is it really possible to avoid Chinese goods, and to what extent? Let's see today. Hi, this is Sai Kiran Ram. I've come here today to discuss a few things with you guys. As you all know that recently, right now the thing that is going on around, boycott China goods, and people are setting fire to TVs and toys, things that are made in China. Many of my friends have also asked me that you already have a Chinese phone, you have a Chinese laptop, or a laptop which has many Chinese components in it. You're wearing Chinese jeans, you're sitting on Chinese furniture. So, how can you? Is it possible to totally avoid Chinese goods? That's how many people have asked me when I was trying to advocate them to try to avoid Chinese products as much as possible. See, the thing is, we have already purchased these products, so the profit has already been delivered to China. It's gone out of our hands. So now there is no point in breaking your phone, breaking your TV, setting fire to your jeans and things like that. Then you will be damaging yourself. So the damage has been done. China has taken the money. It's okay. But at least from now, me and a few of my friends have decided we will try to minimize the purchase of Chinese items. Whichever item we buy, we'll just turn them around, we'll have a look. If it is made in China, we'll put them back on the shelf, no matter how cheap it is. Okay, there still must be a group of people who for whom it does not matter right now whether it's from China or not. But I, as an individual, have decided to move away from this Chinese products as much as possible. At least 20 to 30% of my known circle, I've seen this change in them. Isn't that a good thing to start with? Many friends of mine are asking that they've deleted many Chinese apps. And one question that I particularly found funny was, some of my friends have told me that they're going to stop eating Chinese foods also. I would like to answer to that one. I want to tell them that it is a culinary style. It is a cuisine. Chinese food is just a cuisine. It does not come from China directly right now. Because there are many Indian versions of roadside Chinese bandis which we find are made by many Nepalis and Sikkim people, many North Indian people too. So that does not mean that they're all from China and they're selling you Chinese products. No, it's named after the Chinese and the name is Chinese fast food and things like that, Chinese noodles. This is like saying you don't like Tamil people, so you don't want to eat sambar. Or it's like saying you don't like the Italians, so you're never going to touch pasta in your life. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so just because you avoid their cuisine, you're not going to do any damage to them. Right now in the market, there are many products like soya sauce, chili sauce, Szechuan sauce, Hakka noodles, ready to make Hakka noodles, which are made by many Indian companies. So I wouldn't want to avoid those products which are made by Indian companies just because it says, Chinese fast food or Chinese sauce or something like that. For example, a company, I've noted this down here, a company called Ching's Secret is selling many products like Hakka noodles and soy sauce and things like that. It's owned and run by Capital Foods. Okay, the founder is Ajay Gupta. मुझे अजय गुप्ता जी से क्या दुश्मनी है. I wouldn't want to boycott Ajay Gupta's products. No, what have I got to do boycotting his products? And there is a restaurant here near my house called Chopsticks. It's been there from the past 25 years. It's run by a guy called, what was his name? Vaibhav Sharma. So just because I avoid Chinese food, I will be causing a damage, causing a नुकसान to शर्मा जी. मुझे शर्मा जी से कुछ दुश्मनी नहीं है. मुझे दुश्मनी है चाइना से, but not with the Chinese people. They have not done anything. It is the Chinese government which is behaving like this. Many of us may think, okay, then why does the Indian government not ban all the Chinese products? That's simple. Instead of telling the people to not buy, the government can ban. The government can put a blanket ban on all the Chinese products. Why can't the government do that? Many people are asking that. The answer for that is, well, we, that is us and China, have been a member of the WTO, which is the World Trade Organization. This organization is responsible for monitoring the worldwide fair trade practices. Okay, so if you are a part of WTO, you cannot take decisions just because you are katif with any other country. I'm not going to buy things from you from now on. You cannot make immature decisions like that. It will create a lot of trade sanctions for India from other countries. That is the problem. As a country, India cannot impose a blanket ban right now, but we as a people of that country can do it by trying to avoid maximum Chinese products as much as possible. Now, many people have asked me, how can we survive without Chinese products? Because we are surrounded with Chinese products now. The slippers that you're wearing are from China. The belts that you're wearing, the t-shirts that you're wearing are from China. The electric items, your bulbs, your furniture, your IKEA tables and things like that, most of them are from China. So what are you going to do? How are you going to live? Well, I have a solution for that. Not a perfect solution, maybe. What about PPE kits? India never manufactured PPE kits till now. Never. Not even one. But now we are manufacturing PPE kits. And we are exporting them to many other countries who need it. Aren't we? The same goes with masks and sanitizers. Nowadays, we are getting masks and sanitizers on the roadside also. Many people are manufacturing it. Many small scale industries have been set up to manufacture that. And they're being sold well in the market. When it comes to arms and ammunition, for that matter, there was a time when we used to buy each and every bullet, each and every gun, pistol, missile, sniper rifle, bulletproof vest, tank, artillery, and aircraft fighter jets, everything from foreign countries. But now we are making them in India. There are many things that we're making in India right now. We're making BrahMos missiles. We're making lightweight fighter jets from DRDO. We are making sniper rifles. We are making and exporting. We are selling bulletproof vests. And recently, India has already also signed an agreement that they'll be selling these BrahMos missiles to other countries also. So we are finally manufacturing things by our own, which we used to buy once from outside countries, aren't we? So we will make a transition like that. For example, right now China also holds a major lion's share in the bulk drugs which are manufactured in China. And but the thing is, we are not dependent on China for food, aren't we? Like for rice, for wheat, for sugar. We are not buying these things from China. They are being made in India, thankfully, till now. And of course, China buys chilies and cotton from India. It might have other venues in the future. What I mean to say is, uh, if we reduce purchases from China, it is China who is going to face the loss, not us. At least 20 to 30% of business done by India, if it goes down, it will be like a slap on the president's face. And I'm not saying I'll stop immediately. I am saying I will slowly transition from using Chinese goods to using less Chinese goods to using more and more Indian or other country products, and to few Chinese goods and to no Chinese goods. I just want to transition from too much of China to too less of China. Okay, and I want to steer clear from anything that is anti-Indian, and that definitely means China.